Hi everyone, we're back. Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Day by Day. Today's the 8th. It's after midnight. We recorded earlier about 8. Things were looking up and things didn't turn out. And sometimes it happens. It's just unfortunate because, you know how things go. But, oh well. Anyway. If I didn't mention before, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Day by Day. Today's getting really close to day 800. That's day 800. That means for about, more or less, for about 800 days consecutively, even though we did take a couple of vacations in there. We've done almost 800, or somewhere around there, 800 days of this show, which I think every show we do, I don't know, but it feels good to be doing something for 800 days. And I know that I keep alluding to stuff, but it's like, I can drown out the people that are like, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. Why haven't you done this, blah, blah, blah. And, if they want to kick me, they're going to kick me, right? It's just the way things go when you're sort of charting your own course. People want you to do what they want you to do, and it's like, that's great, but we don't need punishing one. What we need is Scout Trooper. But, who knows? It doesn't make any sense a lot of times. A lot of times it's not supposed to. But we're on our way, guys. We're on our way. We finished our 2 yesterday or the day before, and I don't know if we're going to be at Leia by the time we hit day 900. It just depends on how things go. It just depends on how pulls go. It depends on how... we did 600. We got 15 entire Kairos. Holy cow, guys. 15 entire Kairos. That's amazing. Can we get some Captain Athana? That'd be good. 4? That's 4 more than we had. He's still not at 3 stars, by the way. But if I can get it through this event thing, might end up working out for us. Because for right now, the entire idea of what we're doing is we're just going to get Leia. Because we finished the JV, we finished most everything, and I was like, hey, we're doing JV, and then we're going for Leia. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll see. We'll see if we end up making it there, which is a whole other ball of wax in and of itself. But the good thing is, hopefully we'll be there. And did I get what I needed? I'm going to keep... If you don't want to hear me complain about the lag, the 4-second delay that they've put on the purchases of that, it's a thing that annoys me, guys. And I'm going to mention stuff that needs to be annoys me, because I generally, I don't really, there's not a whole lot of stuff in the world that bothers me, But like this 4-second lag when I buy stuff, that's kind of like, it's just unnecessary, and it just delays yourself, because how quick, because this, up until now, the game has been, okay, let's see how fast we can click on things. And then they went and put this thing where you have to wait 4 seconds. And then it just becomes this whole, I don't know about that. It becomes like a gigantic pain. All right, what time? But yeah, I mean, I know I said what I said earlier, or yesterday, or whenever I did the last video, or whatever video it was. I don't know. Come on. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is it here, CG? CG, fix your game. One, 2, 3, 4. How much do I have? I need to grab this. And I have to wait 4 seconds for whatever reason. Another 4 seconds. Move down, find out what else I'm buying. Another 4 seconds. Then I get to click on this. Then I click on this. Another 4 seconds. It's not crazy. It's not driving me crazy at all. It's perfectly normal. I'm excited about this weekend, because it's the weekend. Not excited about the just hot temperatures, because we have the fair next week. The fair is going to be, I think it's going to be different this year, because my kids are finally, every year they get a little older. Every year, I look forward to seeing expressions on their face. And this year is no different, because it's been about, it's not been a couple of days. It's been an entire year since they've seen some of this stuff. And it's just the reactions to some of the stuff, because, they're not, it's still new to them. And when they, because they're not 10 or 12, they've not seen it, their memories are still forming. They're still trying to figure stuff out. I'm probably going to get yelled at for doing this because I didn't play stuff. And it's like, they're yelling at me for not doing the missions. My roster, I have this roster built this way. What? I can't do this mission. That's not good enough. I can't, tell me, what team am I going to put together for this route? I don't see it. I'm not going to do it. Seriously. What team am I going to put together for this? Plus, apparently, I've already deployed, so I can't do anything anyway. So, I thought I said deploy. I don't know. But I want to know, because we had our last parent cafe at the church where we've been having them for about the past year, and And it's maddening because, it's good because they're gearing up their youth stuff and they're doing youth group on Thursday night, and that's good, but we're trying to find another church to be at. And this is a great event. It's just that how life is now, where everything, it's like with this game. Where the game is going to put it so where you can buy Malgi Poo, because people can't be made to farm Malgus, and I want Malgus. I want the Leviathan, because every time I play this thing, of course there's not right now, but people are building their Leviathan, and I'm not close to the Leviathan. Not because I don't want to be, it's just because the way I've decided to build this account around assault battles and around conquest teams, and I was working towards the Sith Empire team before we shut down, and because if you go back however many months from when I slimmed down to what I am now, I had General Kenobi, whoever, and then Malgus was, Darth. Oh my gosh. Drive me nuts. Is it Malik? Darth Malik. we were working towards, and that would have helped us build us a Empire team, which then would have helped us be able to do the Malgus Proving Ground battle. But, it didn't end up working. Which he's still to be finished. But, now we're working on Leia, and then maybe after we get to Leia, and after we get Leia, then maybe it will be time to go get Malik and then go get Revan. But that's a ways away, because we have to get all the Leia requirements done, get them all 7 stars, get them all to level, relic in the relics out of Gear 12 and Gear 13, and then we just start stacking relics on them. And then hopefully we'll be there super, super quickly after that. And then after that, of course, after we get Leia, then we can be, let's finish Malak. Let's build our Sith Empire team. Let's go in, with the whole trio, whoever, and start getting Magi. Or we could just buy it. But the whole thing with this Parent Cafe is, we put it out there, and the lady who runs it, she's like, I've asked people, and they're just like, yeah, we're not into that, and they keep wanting community. And they're being offered community, but because it's more than a 10-minute drive, or it's inconvenient for them because whatever reason, it's not a priority. And that's super frustrating, because you can imagine your job is part of your job is to connect people and help them gain skills and help them build pools for when we have this thing called respite in foster care. It's where sometimes you just need a break, and sometimes you just need somebody to come watch your foster kid for a night or a weekend or something. And so we put them in what we call respite. And the way you build relationships is you actually have conversation with people that you can call and you'd be like, hey, would y'all mind keeping little whoever? And then from there, it's like, oh, okay. And that's how you build relationships. But if people don't come, you don't get to build relationships. And that can be very frustrating. And so this church is they're trying to build relationships with youth through their youth ministry. And so what that means, we have to move these parent cafes to somewhere else, which means we have to find a space, and then we have to go back to inviting these people who, depending on the location, it could be potentially further away from them or closer to them. But the question still remains, are they going to come? Who knows? Anyway, I'm not really sure why I told you that, but I did, and it's fine, whatever. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, God bless. Hold the line. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember that I have friends everywhere.